Welcome back to the Dex and Randi Show, the number one show for going through the ups and downs of life. Stay tuned. You're coming up next. What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Dex and Randi podcast, y'all. Welcome back. We're excited to have y'all here for another episode of our podcast where we talk about the ups and downs of life, the good and the bad, and we create the number one community out there to help you get through this thing called life. But before we get into today's topics, which is a jam-packed episode, it's been very eventful over here for Dex and Randi. I got to introduce my co-host, well, I'll let her introduce herself. You know what I'm saying? She is the beautiful, the amazing, incomparable, rare, you know what I'm saying? Randi, you know what I mean? She's also an author now, but we're going to chop into that a little bit later. She's so many things, you know what I'm saying? She a Renaissance woman. She a superstar, you know what I mean? She a tax expert, mother, wife, friend, businesswoman, podcaster. You know what I'm saying? What's up, babe?
I mean, you did it so well.
Did I?
Yes, I'm Randi, the co-host of the Dex and Randi Show.
You know I'm your biggest fan, right? You know what
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Enjoy your coffee. I hope I got it right. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? The 4 and 4 Dunkin' Donuts. Y'all don't need no plug, but we'll plug you anyway. Thank you for setting our morning off the right way with our coffee. You know what I'm saying? But let's jump right into it. So number one show going through the ups and downs of life. This show would not be possible. We would not be able to sit here with y'all and help us get through our money situations, our family situations, our relationships. You know what I mean? Our successes, our failures. We wouldn't be able to create this platform that we have without our sponsors. Basden Accountant LLC, all right? If you want to make sure that your business is set up for long-term success, short-term success, where is your money going? Do you have a good accountant? Do you have a qualified accountant? Do you know where this money, once it comes into your business, where is it going? Is it going to the right places? Is it going to the right places on time? Are you ready for audit? Are you ready to be able to have to prove to somebody, this is what my business is doing. This is what we're making. My information is correct. Maybe you're looking for finance, whatever the case may be. You need to have accurate books for your business. You need to reach out to Basden Accountant LLC now. Taxes. We just went through tax season. Maybe you like the money you got. Maybe you don't like the money you got. Are you going to wait till next year to think about it? It's too late. You got to start thinking about it now. Tax planning. Get you the strongest tax accountant out there and enrolled agent with the IRS. That's Randi again. With Basden Accountant LLC. You need a financial advisor. You need to be thinking about, what should I be doing with my money in the future? Maybe I'm gotten a lot of money this year that I hadn't gotten in the past. What should I do with it? How do I take my business to the next level? How do I scale it? Reach out to Basden Accountant LLC. They can help you with all of those things to take you and your business and your finances to a level that you have never been to before. Reach out to Basden Accountant LLC, www.basdenaccountant.com. You can find them on Instagram at Basden Accountant. You can see them on TikTok, but not too much.
I love the Instagram.
Why not? We can go on there. This is how to contact them. All right, let's stay in the right round. This is how to contact.
Email info@Basden.
Or email info@Basden.com. But either way, reach out to Basden Accountant. They can reach out to you social shit at DM. Just not expecting to be some posts. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. Reach out to basdenaccountant.com today. Stop trying to do it all on your end. If you're wondering why it hasn't gotten to the next levels, because you're probably doing too much on your end. You need to get you financial advisors, tax professionals, accountants. Basden Accountants where you need to be. Randi got this shirt, but they are the proud sponsors of our podcast. Thank you so much. And thank you for all of y'all that's been listening to us to episode. What episode is this?
65.
Episode 65, right? Randi told me a fun fact that a lot of podcasts don't make it past episode 10.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we on episode 65. This is episode 65. That's the commitment that we have to this, creating this community that's just going to help all of us that's trying to be the best version of ourselves get through this thing called life, which is good 1 minute, challenging the next minute, great the next minute, and not so good the next minute. Up, down, up, down, up, down. We need a community to help each other to get through this thing so we could be the best versions of ourselves. And that's what we do on our podcast. All right, enough about that. If you ain't been listening to our podcast, today is the day. We got a great episode for you. But let's lead off with this. I'm sitting next to a woman that I've known since I was 20 years old. But this is the first time that I'm sitting next to this woman, and she has a new title next to her name, which is author. I want to tell you congratulations.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to do an unboxing in a little bit of her book that is actually out there right now. Randy wrote a book. I had some involved, a little bit, not too much.
The whole family has some involved.
The whole family, you know,
proofreading.
Randy had the idea and the content, and we came in like family's supposed to do that, support each other like we do. And we did some fine tuning. We did some, you know. But anyway, I just want to congratulate you. You know what I mean?
Thank you
on what you've done.
And
I'm so proud of you. You know,
I was getting excited, but I was going to say our listeners would know because they would know from the first time it was an idea when we first started talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what episode it was, but it would have been episode 50 something.
Should we unbox it right now? Or should we?
Yeah, let's go.
We gonna unbox it?
Yeah.
All right, let's jump right into it. So listen, y'all. As we unbox this, when we've been on this podcast, we talk about dreams and ideas and fears and stuff like that. But listen, this is not just a book being dropped. This means so much more. And I hope Randy really goes into it today. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. We'll see. She's full of surprises. But we stepped out of the box and listened to that calling. I would say Randy listening to that calling from a deeper place, probably from the Lord, into doing something she's never did before, but something she's always wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And those ideas that she had has now become what we are about to unbox. All right. So we're going to do it right here. Randy, anything you want to say about how we got to this moment? You know what I'm saying? Anything you want to share with everybody? Because here's the box, y'all, from USPS Parcel Select. We're gonna show you. We're gonna show it to you. But is there anything you want to let them know as I open this up? Good.
Yes, I would say you never know what's on the other side of fear. And not knowing how to do something is no excuse for not doing it. So when I first started this project, it was literally a piece of paper. I probably have it in this room somewhere. And I took the time to write down things that had been in my mind for a few years. Like it's just been in my mind. And one day I said, you know what? Let me write this stuff down. And I wrote it down. And I knew it was a book. And fast forward, I wrote it down October 2024. And then fast forward, we're in 2025. And yeah, it's like along the way. Now, I'm not going to fake like it was perfect along the way because I wrote it down and it sat for months. And then I came back to it. And just over time, it turned into something. So I just kept touching it. I almost didn't complete it. So, and that was my biggest fear. And I would say that was one of the reasons that I recommend coaching for anybody who's trying to do something that you've never done before, because I know I'm somebody who starts stuff and doesn't complete it. And this project, I actually completed it. I had coaching along the way, and I'm so grateful for it. And now I feel like there's other projects in me that I can bring to life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was a lot to unpack there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna open it up with you. But I do want to touch on some of the things you just said because that was beautiful. But I'm proud of you because I watched you go through this journey to do this. And I've been around for a minute. So I'm your biggest fan. And today I hope that you know that. But everybody, this is the box that it came in. Randy, would you like to be the one to take it out? Because it's your book.
Of course.
Yeah, good, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get right into it. We're going to show y'all the book. We've been talking about it for quite a few episodes. You know what I mean? We gave ourselves some time to drop it, but here it is. It's beautiful. It's a work of art for real. Yes. Finance Handbook for Young Learners, A through Z guide from Miranda Basden, EA. Come on.
Yeah, but it just so happens my nail popped off this morning.
Oh, no. Well, give it. You want me to take it? All right. You can temporarily hide for a second. We can play some radio. Now, listen, y'all. Look at that. You know what I mean? For y'all that's listening, don't worry. I'm going to try to describe it for you if you're not watching the video of the podcast. But it's a beautiful light purple and darker purple cover. You know, Finance Handbook for Young Learners. It's an A through Z guide. And we have pictures of about 8 kids on here. What I love about it, it's boys, it's girls, it's You know, we got people from different races, from whether they Chinese or white or black or another version of other. Don't want to get it wrong. But the diversity here, I love that. I love that we went with that imaging to show that this is for everybody, irrespective of race and gender, right? Because that's very important to us. This is for young learners, right? So what is a young learner? I believe we qualify that as anybody from between the ages of 8 and 18. Did I say
Yeah, that sounds about
Sounds
right.
about right, 8 and 18. So the good thing about this book, y'all, listen, so many things, but I'm going to just tell you real quick. Finances is something that we should be thinking about at a younger age, right? When we get older, we get to a point where now we have money, we got a job, we're working, and now we're trying to learn how to manage our money. It's too late. We haven't even heard all about all of the financial concepts and things that we're going to have to do. What if you already was prepared for something before it happened? That's the whole idea in life. That's true preparation. Well, how are we preparing our youth for this environment where they're going to have to be making money and needing to make good decisions with their money? How do you prepare them before the money even comes? Well, I'm going to answer that for you. You need to pick up this book. You need to pick up the book, right? Pick up the Finance Handbook for Young Learners, an A through Z guide from Miranda Basden. I'm Miranda. I said this on the last podcast, but I almost want to do it again. But I'm just going to say about the book, and then I'm going to have you talk a little bit about yourself. Is that cool?
Sure.
All right. About the book. Finance Handbook for Young Learners was created to expose and teach young learners about finances through an A to Z guide of key financial terms, examples, and real insight into the importance of financial responsibility and money management. Real insight into the importance of it. So this ain't just terms, yo. We're giving you the terms, we're giving you examples, but now we're giving you real life insight into why these things are important. That's why you need a copy of the book for many reasons. Written in a clear and engaging style, this book simplifies complex financial concepts, making them easier to understand to build a strong financial foundation. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up for that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Now, about the author, I'm not going to read this because I want people who haven't been listening to our podcast to know a little bit about you, the author, and your passion for finances that helped create this book. About some
Yeah. I mean,
worship.
you can read it.
I can?
Yeah, go ahead. If you go on Amazon, that's
All right, well, I'm going to read it
Yeah,
about
go
the
ahead,
author.
go ahead.
All right. Miranda Basden, EA, is an enrolled agent with the Internal Revenue Service, or the IRS. She's a financial coach, an accountant, and a business advisor with a deep passion for finance and education. As she was in elementary school, her mother would write on a piece of paper her job income, along with the monthly expenses such as rent, utilities, and groceries, and would place this on the refrigerator for everyone in the home to see. This exposed Miranda to finance and budgeting at a very young age. Miranda is dedicated to educating individuals and businesses on all things finances, including financial management, taxes, accounting, and budgeting, beyond her professional expertise. Now, it's important, y'all, because we're talking about a book, we're talking about Miranda, the author, and how all the amazing things she does business-wise. But we're people also. We are professionals, but we're also people. So this is the personal aspect. This is who Miranda is outside of the business side and all the acumens and all that. Miranda's a devoted wife. She's a loving mother of 4 children. She's created this book while being a mother of 4 kids and having a husband like me, however you want to look at it. All right. But for all y'all women, man out there is like, I'm too busy. I got kids. I got to do this. I got to do that. We got 4 kids. One of them has special needs. One of them's in college all over the place. You got a husband that's got businesses and working, and she still found a way to create this book. So I hate to say it, but no excuses, yo. No excuses. And this is a perfect example why we can't have no excuses. The very next sentence, it says, Miranda's a devoted wife and a loving mother of 4 children. Very next sentence, she balances the demands of family, life, and entrepreneurship with a strong commitment to her faith, drawing strength and guidance from her love for the Lord.
Amen.
She balances the demands. Like, listen, y'all, we got to be real. Life puts a lot of demands on us, right? So if you're a mother, you're a wife, you got the demands of having a family life, have the demands of being an entrepreneur. Like, how do we do all of this? She has a strong commitment to her faith, and she got strength from God. That's how you did it. That's how you did it.
Because looking back, it was done. It was done during tax season.
Talk about that. Talk about that. Talk about that, man. Let's just keep it good for you. Talk about that. So not only did you create this, finally taking the idea that you've had and listening to that call, there's so many layers to this. You're listening to the call, you're terrified, you're afraid. Who's going to buy this book from you? You never wrote a book before. You got to go through all types of things like insecurities and stuff like that. But you're also a mother, a wife, you got 4 kids. You take care of the financial side of the house, especially the management of the money. You know what I'm saying? And you make the money too. Like, chill out, relax. And you did that while in tax season, which is your busiest time of the year, both for the business you have, and you was also working the job, right? And you did this. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yes. Talk about that. How to a woman out there or a man out there, but let's talk to our women out there that's like, girl, I can't. I got too much stuff. I got to take care of this good for nothing husband. You know what I'm saying? I got to take care of all these kids. I barely can get my feet done. I don't got no time to be writing no book or starting no podcast or doing any of these things, girl. You just don't understand. What do you say to her? Because she's out there. She's listening right now. What do you say to her? Because you proof it can be done. So what does she need? Help her up.
I mean,
help her out. I'm drink my coffee. Have you been drinking my coffee? Or?
No, I've been drinking mine. Like, I don't even know how I did it. It's hard to even answer that question. But I would say carve out a little time. Like for me, I carved out a little time here and there. That's it. But I was committed to coaching because I paid enough for that. I'm not missing no calls. So I would say maybe get a coach. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard because it was a busy time. It's like a blur. It was so much going on, but I was committed. And the thing with coaching is that people hold you accountable. How's that book coming along? How far along are you? And I'm like, dang, I can't join another call and say I'm 75% complete. You know what I'm saying? So I would say maybe a coach, but carve out a little time here and there. A little bit of time. Don't pressure yourself. I didn't really give myself a date until I hit like 93% because it sat at 93% for a minute.
I know, because you wanted to hold it.
Because I wanted to hold it. I wasn't sure I wanted it to be perfect. And then I talked to somebody and he was like, you need to give yourself, like my publisher, a person who helped me publish it. And he said, you need to put a date on it. And I was like, all right. So I was, because I'm like, well, if I'm at 93%, I was like, you'll have it in a week.
But how many people you think are out there? Real talk that has these ideas that are at 90% and won't roll it out or won't finish it.
Well, it's terrifying. It's a lot of people. I know. I'm one of them. I'm still scared.
The book's out though.
The book is out.
I mean? And we didn't even mention, listen, y'all could go on Amazon. You can find this book, Finance Handbook for Young Learners, A through Z Guide. Please go check it out today. Can we leave the link on this episode for them to go
probably, but the website is youthfinancehandbook.com.
Thank you.
And from there, you can click and buy it from Amazon, or on Amazon, you can search Miranda Basden Finance.
All right, so we searching Miranda Basden Finance on Amazon, or we go to the website, which is youthfinance.com.
Youth Finance Handbook.
Youthfinancehandbook.com.
Yes.
Go pick you up one today. Take this home. And my adults, my parents, be prepared. This is not a book for you to give to your kid and walk out the room for them to read it. This is the book that you sit down and you read with them because it's literally going to help both of you at the same time.
And you can go through, it's an alphabet. So like if you open it up, let's open it up. You can go through one alphabet a day.
Pretty imaging. Love this.
So like A is for assets, accounting, and accounts receivable. So then we say asset. What is an asset? An asset is anything you own that has value. It can be something that makes you money or something that increases in value over time. So we ask why assets are important. Assets help us grow our money and build a secure future. They provide value, generate income, and increase wealth over time. Examples of assets: house. A home can grow in value over time and can also be rented out to earn money. Savings account. Money saved in a bank can earn interest and grow over time. Business. Owning a business can create income and financial freedom. Investment account. An investment account is a special place where you put money to help grow over time. So it's not a storybook. It's the A to Z guide. And you can do one page a day.
You can do one page a day. And the thing I want to add to that, so what we talked about here is when it comes to assets, because that's all y'all going to get. We're not getting past any more A's. You got to pick up these books. Stop playing. Y'all probably sitting there listening. Oh, I wonder how far she's going to go. How many letters? 1. And there's actually more A's. So sorry, you only got to hear one. You got to pick up your book. Let's stop playing. Get one less meal out, one less pizza that you're gonna order, and go pick you up a book that's gonna keep giving and giving to you and your family, your kids, cousins, all of that. But anyway,
and the content, I just want to put it out there. Yeah. It's very mature.
It is.
So even though it's child friendly, adults need it too.
But that's on purpose, though.
That is on purpose
because we want you. When you go through this, and if y'all is really doing this the right way, when you read this book with your kids, it's going to bring something out of you where you want to share your own experiences with. You see what I'm saying? Because we're telling you what it is, why it's important, and examples. Everybody's life is different. Not everybody has a car. Not everybody has a house. Some people are rent. Like, you can share your story with your kids and use this book as a tool to do that.
Yep.
So we encourage you to do that. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing that you talked about, as I've never been on this book for a while, but we were going to do that. One thing you talked about, which I want to just touch on, is you got to the 93% you was holding it. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to make it perfect. And then you needed somebody else to come in and tell you, like, look, basically have faith and go forward and believe what you got is good. But even more than that, we created this podcast to create community. This happened because of the community that you put yourself in. And I want everybody to know, like, that term community, like, you really do become the best version of yourself when you're in the right connections with people that's there to support you, people that's going to have you be accountable, people that's going to have you to face your fears, people that's going to sit there and listen to you when you do have fears or you do have concerns, people that's going to give it a second look objectively. You had all of those things and everything kind of connected for you. God is always in the background kind of lining things up. But one of the things he did was starting off by us creating the podcast. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Us sitting here changing our house around to create a podcast studio where we actually came in listening to another calling to share our voice with like the world. You know what I'm saying? And right here on the podcast was the first time that I think publicly we started talking about this book.
Correct.
And we actually, with that, there was a built-in level of accountability because we've been talking about it on our podcast.
And our listeners are the only people who knew.
Exactly.
I never
y'all
said anything.
Right. We even said nothing. But if y'all been following our podcast, you knew about it. But that in itself created an element of, set that up. Set that up. We can have this in here every episode for a while. Set that up. Get the funky done us. Y'all already got y'all minutes. We're trying to get us. But we on the podcast talking about it. So when we talk about, sometimes when you talk about things to yourself, like you're just keeping it to yourself, who's going to keep you accountable for it? Who's going to come check in and be like, hey, did you do what you said? A lot of us want to work on our end and we wonder why we ain't getting nowhere. We're humans, we're limited. Sometimes you need somebody to give you a little kick to be like, look, let's go. You know what I'm saying? The other thing, so we invested in the podcast. You're out here talking about it, being accountable for it. Now we got to go do it. We're saying it on our podcast. You also invested money to get a coach. And we talked about that too. So now you have a coach that's sitting there and is actually telling you like, no, go forward with this. Hey, put a date on it. You already have it in your mind. Like, not me, I'm your husband, you know what I'm saying? But somebody else independent is advising you on how to do this and also rebranding. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So
right.
To be honest, and I'm going to stop here. One thing that you've done is with your social media content, you're now focused more on like the fact that you are an expert in taxes, you're an expert in finances. So I'm used to them on your page and seeing you give advice to people. Now this book fits right in. Because this is what I would expect from somebody like you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, see how it all connects. Now, it was beautiful when you was out there before, just posting pictures of you and your kid and stuff like that. That's cool. But then this book would have came out of nowhere. And I was like, oh, okay. And she wrote a book. That girl that always be posting her son. But no, you're on there every day, advising people about taxes, sharing some of the call, little snippets and stuff like that. It's showing the brand of what you are as like a teacher.
Yeah.
And now here you come with a tool.
Yeah.
So everything's kind of like
it's connected.
Yeah. But you didn't do it all when you did.
No, because I felt like I had my hands, like I'm good at a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. I had my hands in a lot of things. And I was seeing myself as a, like lower level, but not seeing everything. We say 3/4 view. Mm-hmm. So now I can say like, I can do a lot of things, but overall, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a woman. Mm-hmm. And I'm a mom, and I can show people like my strength is taxes. Like I am a tax expert. I'm an authority in that field, and there's many things that fall under it. So I'm not just an accountant. I'm not just a tax expert. Like, I am many things and I have many talents, but overall, I'm an entrepreneur. I can teach you how to start a business, and I can teach you how to have a very lucrative tax business. I think that's the move I'm going to make. And then all the other stuff, the financial coaching, my passion for young learners, that's secondary.
Yeah.
So, but I was struggling trying to put it together, like, which direction do you go? And yeah.
Now, the beautiful thing, and again, y'all going to realize there's no podcast out there like us that just keep it as real as we are. So we're sharing all of the good stuff, but there's also challenges. Like, we have this amazing book and product. Y'all need to go cop this right now and tell a friend to tell a friend and tell a friend. Stop playing with this. This is what you need. But what I will say is that what happens when you do something for the first time? It is terrifying, like you said. It's not just like, oh, here's my book, go buy it. And I'm all like, you had those moments where you're like, I don't know if anybody's going to buy it. Who am I to write this book? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's actually going to literally listen to me? And sometimes we could think like that and we dumb ourselves down and we dim our own light down, but somebody out there is just waiting for your message. But you don't think you're good enough to give it. I'm glad that you fought through that. I want to advise everybody that's listening, fight through that. When you find yourself in those moments where it's like you created something you believed in, now all of a sudden you're doubting it, that's probably because what you created is actually really good. Because that's why it's scaring you now. And you always get afraid when it's go time.
Well, can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. So right now, this is our first time unboxing the book, but it's not actually my first time holding the book. So I want to just talk about what happened because I want to keep it real. We ordered the book. The book was available online for a minute. Dexter's like, oh, I want to post about it. And I'm like, no. So I had it and I was still holding it. I hadn't gotten these copies yet because I had ordered my author's copies and they were on the way. I'm like, no, wait, I don't want to, I'm not ready yet. We're going to wait.
And the book's on Amazon.
The book is on Amazon ready to
purchase. And she's not ready.
I'm not ready. But my daughter, she sees it on Amazon. I don't know. She go purchase it. So her order arrives before mine because she only got one book. I have multiple. And the next thing you know, I open my phone and she done did a review. She did like a unbox with me of the book.
It was a great video.
It was a really, really good video. It was on TikTok. And then it was on other platforms too. But I saw it on TikTok and I was like, oh my God. She posted the book. I wasn't ready. So then it forced me to post about it. So the Lord works in mysterious ways because honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It could be a month later.
Yeah.
And I'd be sitting here like, I'm
that's
not ready.
Real though. That's real.
So
it did drop. And again, this is the thing. We just keep it real with y'all. But like Randy said, like it was on Amazon, I don't know, a week and a half, something like that, where you could buy it. And what her wanting to post about it and share it. And she's like, nah.
The website's not ready.
The website's not good. I need a hard copy. I want to drop but the thing is, I knew that you knew you were stolen a little bit, but I wasn't gonna, no. We know each other. I knew what it was, and I think deep down you knew what it was, but you needed it to be okay. So you were saying, like, I need the hard copy. I didn't go ahead and be like, I'm posting it anyway. Because I kind of knew, like, no, this is your baby. This is what you need to feel comfortable doing. But it was interesting to see that because it had already been posted. Like, I mean, not posted. It's already available to buy, but you're still not confident in it. You're still afraid, and that's just real things of like, I'm really about to put this out there.
Yeah, and I was so worried about, I don't know, because you don't know what people think.
Right, and we can admit that people do worry about what somebody else is going to think. We're not on this podcast just talking about, I don't care what anybody thinks. No, like, we do think, I wonder if somebody's going to think it's trash. I wonder if somebody's not going to think I should be the one person writing something like this. Like, I get all that, But I've been blessed to be with you through this whole experience. I'd be honest, I didn't expect it to look this good because I didn't seen it in like the electronic
it looks so
on
good.
The screen. But like honestly, y'all, and I'm not just saying this, it's like a beautiful separate from the content. It's like a beautiful book. All the images, the colors, the lettering, like everything down to the font size. Like we literally got everything right.
Well, the one thing that I do like about us is that we always go for quality. Because they ask, do you want it in black and white or do you want it in color? There's a huge difference in price.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, make it big and make it colorful.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm sure meant more money. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right, because you didn't go get you an advisor off the cheap. It would have been nice. You know what I'm saying? You came with that price point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Make it big and colorful.
But you get what you pay for. You know what I'm saying?
You do get what you pay for.
One other thing, y'all, we'll talk about with this book as y'all listen. If you've been listening, we've been on this podcast for 30 minutes. We're about 30 minutes in. You should be ashamed if you ain't started ordering the book yet. Because you literally, just go order it.
Just Miranda.
You've been sitting here, you rocking with us for 30 minutes as we talk about it. What are you going to do? Close the podcast episode and not buy one? That's crazy. Go pick one up. You know what I'm saying? But another thing I love doing and share with our listeners, our loyal listeners, who are in all different countries, which is dope. But anyway, we stay on focus. Watching you, Randy is so raw with this. She was sitting there at my mother's table trying to figure out how to sign her and write a message in her first book. And I was just looking at you like, she was like, what should I say? What should I write? And I'm like, just sign it. Like, thanks for buying my book. But she cares so much and she's so nervous. Like, I swear you were sitting there like 15 minutes just figuring out what to write to the person that's getting their first signed copy of her book. And to me, that just showed like how much it means to you, to be honest. I don't know what you ended up writing, but
I don't remember.
Just watching you go through it, I was like, look at her. Like, you didn't even know what to write.
I know.
You know? That's crazy. But you did it. You know what I mean? And it's a fresh time for everything. And I know this is just the beginning for you in finding that outlet to express and teach, which I know, and I've told you this, I know that's your call.
Yeah.
To go out there and teach, especially when, in my opinion, I'm not your coach, though. But in my opinion,
you're my leader.
In my opinion,
head of the household.
Hello. And all this thing. Thank you. This is your baby. I get mine next time. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But I will tell you that this is what you're supposed to be doing. And you have a gift. And I hope that you continue to share yourself with the world, because you do it in little pockets with your job and the customer service and the business and the podcast. But you need to be out there trailblazing with your book and just you and your story, because there's a lot of women out there that don't really know how to be a wife, a mother, running her own household with 4 kids. I mean, you did it with the 4 kids. You did it with the 4 kids plus a dog and a cat. You did it with the 4 kids plus a dog, a cat, and a brother living in the basement. You did it with the 4 kids with the dog, cat, and the mother-in-law upstairs. You did it with everything. And you continue to find a way to make yourself better and grow your business. You haven't had to work full-time since 2021.
Yeah.
And you continue. So if anybody's out there, they're like, I can't do it, that's not true.
I think it's just, you got to know who you serve. Like, God he'll do things for you that you can't even speak on.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll change your heart, and he'll give you energy, and just like, he's everything.
Mm-hmm.
He is everything. So,
well, y'all, thank you for sitting with us as we went through this unboxing. Make sure this is not going to be the first time or the last time that you heard about our book, because we're going to be promoting this a lot. But we wanted to give you an in-depth insight into the book, how it got created. And of course, make sure you get one. Even in here, last thing I'll say, I'm not going to read it though, but there's a beautiful letter to our young learners in this book from Randy, directly to them. Y'all got to make sure you go grab this book on Amazon. Once again, what's the website? I'm about to jack it up.
Youth Finance Handbook.
YouthFinanceHandbook.com.
If you get it from the website, I provide you with a free digital copy as well.
Oh, why didn't you say that 20 minutes ago? Come on.
I'm new to this.
Hey, what she said, get it on the website so you get the free digital copy. You know what I'm saying? Amazon's not giving you that, I guess.
No, you have to pay for the Kindle.
Oh, come on, man. Go on the website.
It's my gift.
Go on the website. Take the free gift. Give a little and get a little.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, this is beautiful.
So now we have to switch it up, because we celebrated.
Oh, yeah. Let's switch it up. So anyway, let's switch it up. Listen, y'all. I celebrated a birthday, y'all. a real big birthday. And it was one of them birthdays that it was everything I didn't know I was going to get, but it was everything that I needed. And God is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Because he comes in and gives you what you need even before you realize you need it. My wife, I'm going to have to hand it over to her because this aspect of my birthday was all her planning. You know what I'm saying? Her sneakiness, her, you know what I mean? Her love. Like, I'm going to let you talk about what she was up to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So, well, I will say Dexter was not in the highest spirits about this 40th birthday milestone. And I knew months ago that he was going to be this way. I don't know, but Dexter's from a different country. And I know out here in America, he doesn't have like a ton of friends. So when it came to planning, I was like, I need something that's meaningful. And I don't want to just have something big and it be all my friends, you know? So I kind of started from that place. And I remember a long time ago, you was like, don't ever give me a surprise birthday party. So I thought about that. I was like, okay, it can't be a surprise because he was like, you can't have me looking all jacked up and looking crazy. Everybody jumping out saying surprise. So I'm like, okay, no surprise birthday parties. But I said, you know what? Let me think about something that's perfect for him. That's special, expensive, nice. And Dexter likes high quality and he likes high quality food. So I just started looking into like private dining and something that would be really, really nice because you also love experiences. So I started with that and started looking around and thinking. And anyway, I ended up settling with Ruth's Chris. And once I had the reservation and I had the private dining set up, I was like, okay. Because I didn't want to invite anybody to anything until I knew that we had it. I had the budget, I knew how much stuff was going to cost and picked out the menu because they had different tiers. And I was like, well, we have to have the ribeye steak. So, and then I worked around this budget and I set it up for an intimate gathering at a maximum 20 people. And I invited his parents from Bermuda and his brother from England, who he hasn't seen in about.
My brother's from Bermuda too.
I mean, he's from Bermuda, but he lives in.
Now you notice Randy started talking about budgeting already. You know what I'm saying? So she did this for me, but she ain't go swipe the credit card or nothing like that. Like she did, like we talked about in the book. Her passion is budgeting.
Oh yeah.
So she had to make sure the financial side was set up as well as the administrative operational stuff.
Because when you talk about experience, it's like I don't want to be there sweating, thinking about can I pay the bill, but I'm like it would be nice. Everybody have a nice meal. We have unlimited drinks. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to create an experience that you will love and your guests will love.
Some people don't set it up like that.
They
be like, everybody come to the birthday party. Then after like 15 minutes, they're looking on the table like, you see Uncle Sensuous ordering another drink? Oh my gosh, I didn't think he was getting older.
Exactly.
All of a sudden was scrambling around. Nah,
yeah.
Get that straight.
But then, I could teach a whole class on how to.
I can't wait for you to do that. You know
how to have fine dining on a budget.
Yeah.
But I mean, the key is letting the organization know this is my budget. Do not exceed it.
Right.
But also controlling the menu. So there was a set menu of dishes that you could choose from.
The menu you picked was
it was nice.
It was real good. You know what I'm saying? All right, can I jump in this?
I came in below budget too.
Look, she's so excited to tell y'all that. Listen.
Yeah, and then the ceiling started leaking in the downstairs.
That's life. Look, so we come in under budget for the party, and now we gotta fix something in the house, and that's life. You never know what's gonna happen.
But hold on, we gotta talk about the surprise.
I'm about to.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Do you want to?
Well, yeah, we can, but let me just talk about the planning.
Yeah. Go ahead,
okay, so that was planned, and then once that was planned, then his family got their ticket. And we were trying to figure out the best way to surprise him. So one of Dexter's favorite cultural meals, is called codfish and potatoes. So we're like, because I was working with his mom too. And she was like, yeah, we can have codfish and potatoes for breakfast on Saturday. And then when he comes to the house, we'll see it. will surprise him for everybody. But then once everybody got their tickets, and that would have been Saturday, well, his brother was coming on Thursday, his parents were coming on Friday, and on Friday, we were like, we can't wait till the bar. Because your brother had already been here for a whole day. So we were like, let's just do it tonight. Okay, so you speak on that. We'll do it tonight. My son had his last track.
Right, so this is what it was for me. Well, let's take a step back real quick. Before this even happened, for about a month, first of all, I've been eating there for like a month.
And I've been telling him
Randy,
too.
Let me get
Oh, okay. Okay.
Randy's been telling me, like, you sure you want to eat that? You sure you want to do this? Da, 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 da. You know, your birthday is coming. You gonna want to. But, you know, I'm kind of like, good 40. I'm like, I don't want. Because what happens is, no matter how great you look or feel, you're getting older. You're getting 40. So, you know, a lot of people's going to have, like, that's all they're going to say is, like, I won't say negative, but, like, hey, you old. Like, and I didn't want to hear all that. You know what I mean? I didn't want, so that's why I wasn't looking forward to celebrating it like that. Because I'm like, I don't want to just hear like an overload of like, hey, you're 40 because this hurt. Because like, to me, that's whack. That's like low vibration. I didn't want that. So I'd rather just have something small. So I wasn't really less necessarily looking forward to celebrating my birthday because the people that I thought would be celebrating it with me are just going to bring messages that I don't really want to hear like that. So anyway, Randy was trying to get me to be on top of my fitness, and I weren't. So here I am at the track meet looking old daddy-fied, sloppy, squishy, fluffy. Like, you know how it is. You have a whole week eating too much sugar and dairy. You know how it looks. You know, look like a little blowfish, you know. But anyway, so I'm sitting there. No objective of mine is to look good at this moment. None. I'm putting on a little tracks thing, the shoes are like I'm just really on my like, hey, that's Christian's dad. You know what I'm saying? I'm really on that. Not like it's Dexter, like, oh, that's Christian's dad over there. He's probably on his way to Costco. Anyway, so I'm sitting there watching the races or whatever, and I don't know, but for some reason I turned around. I can't tell you that something told me to turn around. I don't really know, but I turned around and my brother was there. Like, and I could tell you, I something I'll never forget because I'm like looking, I'm like, what the hell? It's like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it takes you a minute to realize what you're seeing is real. And my brother was there. And I was just so excited, but like so stuck. You know what I'm saying? And then when I looked behind him, my stepmother was there. Mom's was there. And then my daddy was walking. And I was just like in awe. It's like the biggest surprise in my entire life. And all of a sudden, they were like at the track meet with me. And then the first thing I thought was like, dang, why did I have to put on the quick tampon spot before they came? Jeez. I'm like, yo, really? You know what I'm saying? Like a month ago, I was probably 10 pounds lower because I'm an eating bad. I'm like, I really put on a 10-pound spot for these guys to show up. And all of a sudden I'm looking. And the funny thing is, before I even saw my brother, Randy was trying to record me. And I was like, nah, I don't need you recording me right now because I already know I'm looking fluffy and squishy. You know what I'm saying? And she recorded me and I turned around. She got the whole thing on video. And I'm sitting there at the race and I'm like, dang. But I'm happy. But I'm like, dang. But one thing that lesson-wise that came out of that, which I'll never forget, is I was talking to Randy and I was like, man, why didn't you... Oh, you're violating right now.
I know.
You're violating. Randy, that's a violation.
I didn't even know it was on. I think I just turned it on.
Wow. That's a violation. Anyway, so I'm talking to Randy and I'm like, why, I'm ready to blame Randy. I'm like, why didn't you do more? You can let her know report on it. She just can come hit the door. You know what I mean? I told Randy, I'm like, why didn't you like tell me this was happening or like be more forceful for me to go get back on top of my workout and eating good? Like, why didn't you do something? And she's like, I've been doing something. She was giving me that soft voice. She was encouraging me, but she couldn't tell me like, go do this because this is happening or they're really surprised. So her encouragement and her reminding me that wasn't enough.
Your birthday's coming.
That wasn't enough.
Pictures.
That wasn't enough. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that came out of it, I was like, man, I would have got ready. And you was like, you won't have to get ready if you stay ready. So that's one lesson out of this whole thing, which has been beautiful. But like, I'm like, you know what? I got to stop this thing of getting ready. Like, a lot of us do like, oh, we about to go on a trip. Let's do this tampons, get in shape. Oh, I'm about to go do this. Let me go get in shape and eat better for a while. Oh, I'm about to go see the doctor in 2 months. let me get my sugar down. Like, it becomes stressful and it becomes work and it becomes harder to manage the up, down as you get older. So I took away, like, my wife should be able to surprise me or anybody surprise me, and I feel good about myself and I'm ready for it because I stay ready. We got to get out of this, like, let's go get ready. If you're already ready, you're ready. Ain't nothing to think about. You take good care of yourself, you're in good shape, you're at the weight that you like. So if somebody, you know, girlfriend calls you out of nowhere and she's like, hey, let's go out to, you know, I got this wedding that I want you to be at, you know, whatever. You don't got to look around like, oh, girl, all of a sudden I got to lose 10 pounds. I can't get in a dress. Like, you're already ready. But a lot of us live life not ready for the moments that could be coming. So that's what I took away from that. Now back to tell y'all the ups and downs. I give y'all both. But let's go back to the actual thing.
Well, I just want to say I love that you're being transparent about that, because I don't think that it's talked about enough, at least from a man's perspective. Like, just as far as like being comfortable in your body.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you. But having my family here, and then so when it comes to the dinner part, so my brother's here, my dad is here, we're out gambling, we're out doing stuff together, having a good time for a couple of days. Here it is, birthday dinner time. I'm already excited. I'm thinking the surprise part's already over because, again, my dad is here, my brother's here, my stepmom was here. We're all going out to dinner with my kids. Like, this is a beautiful
family
day.
dinner.
Family dinner.
Yeah, I had that on the calendar.
Family dinner. So I'm like, all right. So we show up. I didn't even know what restaurant we was getting to. And we show up to Ruth's Chris, and I'm like, oh, this is nice. Like, I like it eating there. And when they walk me upstairs, we go into this room. I want to say the doors, I don't think they were glass, but you could kind of see in there a little bit like light or whatever. And when they opened it up, it was like this big table. And it was like, my brother-in-law was there. My sister-in-law was there. My best man and his wife was there. My brother, you know, like my stepfather was there. Like, it was just like a bigger group than I expected. And it was like everybody was there to celebrate my birthday. They had menus for me. They had a drink menu that was specific. I wish we had that in me right now, but they had a drink menu that was specific for me. The names, I don't remember. Do you remember one of the drink names?
Dex on the beach.
Right, like Dex on the beach, for example, right? Like, it was like all about me. Yeah. I think that's what I would say the most about this birthday. It's like, this one really felt like it was all for me.
It was.
It was like my moment. Like, and it felt really good. Like, the menu was tailored.
Oh, yeah.
For me, I had a picture of me.
40 and 5.
Listen, can I see, River?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you sure, you got it.
So it's called The Prince was a drink. Talk 40 to me. 40 and fooled you. Dex on the beach. LBW spritzer. 40 and fine. The Dex MVP. This is the wine we had. Bermuda Vintage 1985. Island Gentleman. Tropic like it's hot and Coach's cooler.
Let me see that. Now, when I say this is tailored for me, yo, the drink, the Prince, when I was a kid, not even as a kid, but through my whole life, my grandpa, my mother's father, has always called me the Prince. Prince Basden. So every time I come around, he'd be like, the Prince is here. The Prince is here. It's crazy. It sounds crazy, but like, through my whole life, even up until now, him calling me that, I've always looked at myself as being like special. That's what he gave to me. You know, it's not an arrogance thing, but like, he's always made it like I was royalty. And he always celebrated me like that. So having a drink called the Prince, that means something. This LBW spritzer part. So LBW is leg before wicket. That's a cricket term. That's the way that you get out. If you put your leg before the stumps and the ball hits it, if they think it would have hit the stumps, instead of hitting your leg, you get out. It's a cricket term. Some of y'all be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Stumps? Look it up. We're going to say it that. But LBW, my dad is a famous cricket player. He coaches now. But I grew up spending a lot of time. I played some cricket, but I grew up spending a lot of time like watching my daddy play. So like, that's specific to like Bermuda and the whole sport of cricket, which has been a part of my life. And then Coach's cooler for like the last 5 years now, I believe it's been, or 4.5 maybe. I've been a coach. Been a coach. I coach a premier team now. I love playing football or soccer. You know what I mean? That's been like my passion in sports my whole life. And now I get to coach 11 and 12-year-olds and teach them the sport that I love. So having a drink called Coach's Cooler was perfect because I'm a coach. But it was like Dexter's signature cocktail. So it's like a drink menu, had my picture on the front, which was really good. Then we had a food menu that also had me on the front. Like, it was all about me. And the dishes were, you know, the first dish we had was like this shrimp which was really good. They had salad. They had this seafood gumbo that was really good. They had a stuffed chicken, which I didn't try, but my son loved it. Oh, here we go. Happy 40th birthday, Dexter. It's got my picture on the front. The starters was a Caesar salad and a Louisiana seafood gumbo. And then there was some type of shrimp that they brought up.
That came out for, yeah.
That came out for, I was, wow.
That was a little surprise right there.
I was very surprised. Being that I know, so let me keep y'all on the real, because we talk about everything in the podcast. This shrimp came out that was so bomb, but it wasn't on the menu. So I looked around and it disappeared pretty quickly. But because I know my wife and I know her budgeting focus, I fought the urge to go put my hand up and ask them to bring me another one. So I don't know if you knew that. I'm just letting you know that was my way to give back to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Because I was like, you know what? Why am I going to do this? She's not going to tell me no, but maybe it's not in the budget. Let me just sit back and enjoy the whole experience. Yeah. Keep her comfortable. So that's what we got to do sometimes, fellas. We got to give a little to get a lot. But entree selection. So, starter, Caesar salad, Louisiana seafood gumbo, and then the shrimp that came first. The bread was really good, right? My drink was good. The entree selections was the filet. I didn't get the filet, but you said the filet was
good.
And it's your first time having filet because you used to get ribeye, right?
Correct.
So Randy's now a filet person. She switched out. It's all good. But she said it was really good. I got the ribeye. Ribeye was amazing. My son got the stuffed chicken. It's a 16-ounce roasted chicken breast with garlic, herb, cheese, topped with lemon butter drizzle. My son loved that. And it was a spicy salmon with crispy shrimp, but I don't know if anybody got it.
I don't think so.
Nobody got the salmon, so I don't.
Yeah, maybe on the other end of the table. I don't know what y'all did.
Yeah, I didn't. Everybody, it seemed like everybody got steaks. Like a lot of people got steaks. And my son got the chicken. Maybe somebody else got the chicken. But I didn't see anybody got the salmon, so I'm not sure. It had mashed potatoes. You could get sweet potato casserole, which is my favorite. And they had the grilled asparagus, which was good. And the desserts was like cheesecake or creme brulee. And I got the creme brulee. You got the cheesecake. So it was a good time.
Yeah.
It was a really, really good time. And it was just perfect. And we took a lot of pictures and everything. But I just felt so special that she did that. And it's just a moment that I'll never forget. And just having everybody there was like, it literally was like the perfect birthday.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think I needed anything, but I did need that second where I'm like, dang, I hate to say it, but like, I'm really loved. And I know that I'm loved, but like in that moment, like even my daddy coming, my stepmama coming, my brother coming is like, sometimes like one thing could remove a lot of other things.
Yeah.
So I know different times in my life, I'm like, wondered like how important I am and like, and stuff like, but like in that moment, it's like it all goes away. And it was like, dang. And I just felt like y'all really did that for me. You know what I'm saying? And I just couldn't believe it. Like, my daddy be busy and all that, but he took the time to stop and, nobody's rich or anything like that, but he took the time to stop and come out here and spend my birthday with.
Yeah.
So that,
and it was beautiful that your mom was able to host everybody in her home.
Yeah. We had the coffee shop. We had the coffee shop.
Breakfast, family breakfast.
Everybody had breakfast together and just kind of looking around the table. And sometimes in our lives, like, we're so busy and, we don't really realize, like, sitting down at a table with all your family and just kind of looking around that table, you're like, dang, this is what God has given me. Because on earth, who is he giving you in your life on earth to be with and to connect with and to love? And I looked around and I'm like, I have a lot. You know what I mean? I've lost a lot, but I have a lot. And I felt it. You know what I'm saying? And I want to thank you for doing that for me. You went above and beyond, and you got everything right. And you definitely picked a higher end food place, which is just everything. It was 15 years ago. I might have did the simple chain, you know what I mean? $20 meal, but nah, you made it. The service was amazing. And the surprises and everything. And it's just everything. Like even having them there to watch my son run and root for him. It was just nice. The little things in life that are big, Yeah. So thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
And I am happy that you came,
Thank you.
Congratulations. But yeah, so anyway, happy birthday to me, yo. You know what I mean? Happy birthday to me. Hopefully I got another 40 years to make even better than these first 40 I had. But I'm very thankful. This book that you made is also a gift to me. to be honest, to be a part of that. So it's been a really good month. And now I'm very thankful for it. You know what I mean? But yo, what an episode we're here today. You know what I'm saying? What so much, so rich. But I need a favor from y'all now, because when we have these conversations on our podcast and this platform where we're really sharing the good and bad in life, the challenging times, the successes, that we're giving you this advice on finances and budgeting and accounting, and or even just sharing our real stories about family and our marriage and like just everything. Y'all need to be a part of this, and we want to hear from y'all too. This is a community that we're creating here. All right. As you go through your life, if you want to tap into something where it's like, look, I can come in my authentic self and I can get help to be the best version of myself, but I can also share the things I'm learning, the things I'm making mistakes at, the help that I need. This is the platform that y'all should be tapped into. This is the one that you should be leaving your comments, raising your questions, letting us know things so that we can help y'all just like we want y'all to help us. You know what I'm saying? We know a lot, but we don't know everything. And that's the beautiful thing. That's why we love community. Randi is our expert in taxes, but she wasn't an expert in writing a book. She needed help. It's all good. Randi advises clients all the time. She needed advice for this one. We all need advice sometimes, depending on what it is. We're creating that platform. We have that platform that we can share these things. And this is episode 65. Where have you been? For all of y'all that's been here since episode 1, thank you. For anybody who's listening for the first time, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you share this. Make sure you follow the Dex and Randi Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Feel free to watch our video episodes on YouTube, because we need to get our numbers up from where they are right now. But we're on YouTube. But anywhere that has podcasts, just look up the Dex and Randi Show. And we had so many great episodes already, but in all honesty, we're just getting started. We are aggressively trying to grow our platform, but we need y'all help to do that. But follow the Dex and Randi Show. Go through the ups and downs of life with us. I'm Dex. This is my host, Randi, my co-host, Randi. And we love y'all. Make sure you pick up a book, Finance Handbook for Young Learners, A through Z Guide. Start changing the future of the kids and young learners that are in your lives, that you have immediate touch that you can reach. Help them be ready for adulthood. And one of the biggest things to be ready for adulthood is how to manage money. You cannot do anything without it. Get them prepared for it now. Right, man? Until next time, y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate you. Peace.